Beck. I'm the Assistant Director at the Bartholomew County Public Library, and I'm here today to show you how to make some pressed flower art to decorate your wall. Alright, to get started here, let's talk about the types of flowers that you can pick in order to do pressed flower art. Really, there is no limitation. You don't even have to use all flowers. You can use grasses and things like that. Different types of leaves to supplement the flowers that you're using. You'll see here I have a wide variety, and these have already been pressed. I used 2 pieces of parchment paper to press them, and you need a really thick book of some kind and probably a few books to go on top of it in order to really press it down, and you want to keep them in there for about a week total to make sure they're flattened and dried. And then the other supplies that we have, I have some white cardstock here, which I would say each of these pieces is about half the size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. You could use another color besides white if you wanted to. I have scissors and then also some washable glue stick there. And then I have 2 different sizes of frames that I am going to use that I happen to have just left over sitting around. So with that, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to choose how I want to lay out my flowers on here, and then I will show you after that how to glue them down. Okay, now I have my flowers laid out approximately how I am going to glue them on to each of my papers here. This one right here I'm going to kind of curve around once I have it glued down. Now the way you want to glue it down is just pick each individual piece up carefully, put a little dab of glue underneath, and then press it back down gently. You don't need very much glue or to really have them glued on all that well in order for them to stick, because once you put them under the glass in your frame, that'll help hold it in anyway. So let me go ahead and glue this on, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Alright, so I have my flowers laid out how I want them with some glue underneath to help hold them still. The other thing I did, I took the glass out of one of my picture frames here and laid it over here, because the next step is going to be trimming all around the edge to make it exactly the size it needs to be to fit in the frame. You notice I'm going to have to trim off some here in the bottom. That's fine. I'll also have to end up doing the same with this one over here probably. And then after we get that done, the next step will be putting them into the frame. Okay, so now I have them trimmed exactly to the size of the glass that goes into the frame. I held the glass up and trimmed all the way around the glass to get exactly the correct size. This one back here I have already actually placed into the frame, but I have not closed it up yet. So after you get them put into your frame, you're just gonna close your little tabs right there all the way around, and then I'll show you here in a minute how the result looks. Alright, well, as you can see, I have my pressed flowers into their frames now with the backs all the way enclosed, and this is what the end result looked like for me. You can either, depending on your frame, just stand them on a desk or a shelf, or you can always hang them on a wall. Either way, they're a beautiful decoration, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to do this with me today. Thanks a lot.